Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Seed. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through with the cards in this reading for you today. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. So the first card we have is the Eight of Swords. It's in the reverse, and we do have air sign energy with this. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, Gemini, or even a Libra. We have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Chariot, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this Eight of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like hard work, but I do feel like this is an energy of actually making things work and being on the same page when it comes to the effort being put into something and making it work. So we do have with this Eight of Pentacles a pretty responsible and diligent energy, and I do feel like this does feel like things may feel like there's a sense of actually handling things in a responsible way, and I do feel like there is also a lot of consideration, but I also feel that there's a sense of loyalty in this connection, and I do feel like it is on both sides. There's an understanding of how important things are and the way that things are being dealt with. With the Eight of Swords showing up in the reverse, I do feel like this person that you're dealing with is in a space where they are opening up more. But I do feel like with this Eight of Swords that this also feels like an energy of being in a space where this person may be very much in their head. And do feel like there is a sense of opening up to you about that more. But I do feel like that could be something this person's struggling with. And a lot of thoughts. And with the Nine of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of... I do feel like this warrior-like energy. I do feel like with this Nine of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being very protective in this connection, but I do feel like this also feels like being very self-protective in this connection. It's like there is a sense of being very coming into things with a huge sense of wanting to also be able to make sure that you are self-protecting, and you are also kind of in a space where you are preventing yourself from having any chance of getting hurt in this connection. Do you feel like this could also be something where it's like a realization of past issues is also something that is you're being reminded of within this connection? So it is kind of coming across as having a wall up. And I do feel like with this Nine of Wands, this does feel like an energy that can actually come across as defensive at times. But there's some part of this connection that is very meaningful to you. And I do feel like with that, it could be something that scares you. And I do feel like with this Nine of Wands, this could be a very cautious energy as well. But I do feel like at times it may come across as being overly guarded and having walls up in this connection when it comes to really connecting with this person. And I do feel that with time that could come down. With the Chariot card showing up over here, this does feel like being able to actually have things moving forward and progress nicely. So I do feel like taking your time in this connection, especially when it comes to letting this person in, is also something that's working in your favor, or it's in the favor of this connection, because I do feel like there is forward progress. With this Chariot card showing up over here, I do also feel that there is an energy of being able to actually have very complementing energies in this connection between yourself and someone else, which is why with that Eight of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of a connection between two people who work well together. I do feel like there is also the sense of being able to experience an opening of someone's perspective, someone's mind when it comes to this connection, and when it comes to the whole theme overall of being able to connect with someone and learning a new way to do it with that Eight of Swords showing up in the reverse. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Ace of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman in the reverse. We do have Pisces energy, and we have more Cancer energy. So you could be dealing with either one of those signs. But with the Hangman showing up in the reverse, this does feel like a very thoughtful energy. I do feel like also an energy of being more open, and I do feel like having had really thought deeply about a situation, and I do feel like there is a sense of letting the being more open in the connection, letting someone in. Do you feel like with this Six of Pentacles, there is an energy of putting in a lot towards this connection from this person? Do you feel like this person may also be someone who is very practical minded? I do feel like when it comes to this connection and investing in it, so there is an energy of investing in it. And I do feel like that does feel like nurturing a connection. But I do feel like this person is willing to put into this connection, and they realize how much goes into it, and they're willing to show up in that way, in the practical ways, and be of practical service to this connection. I do feel like with this Six of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like actually having a lot of past energy kind of affecting your perspective in this connection. I do feel like with the Six of Cups, this does feel like having an understanding of the past is also something that is coming into play, and is also giving you a perspective of the situation and of someone based on something of the past. But I do feel like with the Six of Cups, it's loving energy. It is also a very connected and deep energy when it comes to the emotional side of things. I do feel like this does feel like also having a very sincere kind of bond from an emotional connection perspective. With the Ace of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an offer. I do feel like there is an opportunity. There is a sense of a new beginning as well. But I do feel like your connection is one with a lot of deep feelings. I do feel like it's on both sides. And I do feel like with the Ace of Cups, this does feel like a connection that goes quite deep. I do also feel that there's a spiritual connection between two people. And it does feel like finding a friend in someone, and somebody that is also somewhat of a romantic partner. It's like you have all of that in one. With this Ace of Cups, I also feel that this may also be the new beginning of a connection, really turning into something more real, something more deep. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have keep an open mind. We also have new love. And playfulness. And we have flirt. So with this keep an open mind card showing up over here, I do feel like when it comes to your connection, this person is quite open. I do feel like this does feel like also getting to a place where somebody is being more open with you. I do feel that with that Hangman card showing up in the reverse. And I do also feel that when it comes to this person, there's something different about this person and even this connection. I also get that with that Chariot card. There is a sense of having differences, but I do feel like it works to your benefit. I also feel that this is also an experience where you're able to actually experience a connection with someone who's either different from your usual type, working out in a way that you perhaps may not have expected in this connection. I also feel this could also be something that is true for them. But with this new love card showing up over here, I'm getting it pertaining to this Ace of Cups. This does feel like entering into a connection that is new, and also having a new connection as far as feeling for someone, and getting to a place where it's like there's an openness to exploring those feelings further. And I do feel like with this new love card showing up over here, that this also feels like an energy of being able to experience something that is unexpected. So with that Nine of Wands showing up over there, I do feel like this does feel like an energy of being in a position where it's like you're used to things happening one way, and I do feel like this does feel like surprising energy. So I do feel like this also is an energy that feels like a breath of fresh air. There is something very new but also welcome about it. We do feel like with this playfulness card showing up over here, this is about being able to connect with someone in a very pure way. I do feel like this does feel like actually getting an opportunity to be able to experience the more fundamental sense of compatibility, where there's this youthful spirit that comes out to play. I do feel like this could be your inner child, someone else's inner child being in alignment, and also being in a position where there's this understanding between the two of you that goes quite deep. I do feel like this connection is a pretty deep one as well. With this Ace of Cups, there is a sense of it being quite meaningful. I do feel with this Ace of Cups showing up over here, and I do feel like it is one that has the potential to really make an impact on you, but also on this person. And I do feel like there's also a sense of really putting in a lot of thought towards making things work with you in this connection. This person is opening up to you. I do feel like it is something that they either have worked on or they are working at, being able to get comfortable with opening up more to you. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.